But holy crap, I don't think he's too happy with me right now. Hey guys, welcome to another video on my channel, and in today's video we are going to be doing a comparison between the Carnage and the Rhino. So what I've done here was I've loaded up two Rhinos, one with Tarans and Magnums, the other with Orkans and Pinatas, and then I have two Carnage Thunders. So kind of before I get into any sort of gameplay here, I'm going to kind of explain my thinking behind this, and so you can kind of see where I'm going with my hangar and what the intent of this video is. So when it comes to the weapons for the Rhino, I wanted the weapons to be close range. So we're thinking Tarans, so 350. Everything is 350 meters on the Plasma Rhino. Everything in terms of range is 300 meters with the Orkans and the Pinatas. And then when it comes to the Carnage, although Thunders have a range of 500 meters, the Carnage tends to be, at least a Carnage Thunder tends to be effective from about 250 meters and under. So in terms of weapon ranges, we're kind of very similar. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. I threw in a Fury Zeniths in here, not not as a joke. I actually put this in here because in most cases, I think for newer players, they will tend to gravitate, or they will only have like 4 hangar slots. Some may have 5, but for the most part, I think a lot of players kind of fall in the 4 hangar slot category. So what I've done here was I just threw in a level 6 Fury. Basically, I'm going to take a couple of shots, fire it, and then ditch. That way I can kind of emulate having only 4 hangar slots. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. And then we can see, between the Carnage and the Rhino, which one actually performs better, and which one, you're able to survive longer in. Because I think that's important. When you only have 4 hangar slots and you're going up against players that have 5 hangar slots, you're already at a disadvantage because you are 1 bot down. So that's why I always recommend, to get the Rhino first, because it has more HP and the chances of you surviving in that longer is greater than that of the Carnage, especially as you start to level up, and get into the higher levels. But anyways, that's kind of my explanation there. And before I get started here, just so that you can see that, these bots and their weapons are all level 12 max. So it's going to be a fair comparison. I am in Champion League, so I will be going up against some high level players. Before I kind of roll here, so I just started here, I'm going to kind of talk about how I'm going to structure this review or comparison video. So I'm going to be running 3 games. It's all going to be in a row, so consecutive. Nothing's going to be edited as far as my commentary or gameplay. So if I mess up, it's going to be thrown in there, warts and all, as they say. And we are going to be facing a lot of Lancelots, Galahads, Griffins, and Furies. There's going to be a lot of plasma weapons out there, and a lot of, I would say, Orkans as well. I actually did a video on this, so if you haven't checked that out, make sure to check that out, because I kind of focus on, the weapons that pro players tend to run in the highest level of the game, so in Champion and Legend League. So that might be a video that you want to check out as well, along with this, because it kind of explains, counters and stuff. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop in my Fury Zenith first. I'm just going to see if I can target maybe their range first, and then I'm going to ditch it, and then we can see how the Carnage does, on a map like this. So let's see if I can find someone back there. I think I do see there's a Christmas tree back there. Trying to basically fire in line of where I think he's going to be walking. So that is my goal. I think I did hit him. So my Zeniths are level 12 max. That's why I was able to actually get quite a bit of damage on that guy. My goal is actually to take out the Treb guy, because he's going to be my my biggest problem, especially when I roll out with the Carnage. I'm just waiting for my Zeniths to load up here. I'm going to fire a little. It looks like he's moving a little bit to the right side, so I'm going to fire that side. I don't see my crosshair going red, so I'm probably missing here. He might be, I think he's going back. Yeah, I don't see my crosshair going, and I do see he's lit up there. He's looking he's looking at me. There we go. He missed all his shots. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can move closer. If I can get closer, then I might be able to take him out, and then I'm gonna ditch, because he's my biggest threat right now. Let's see if I can get. I'm getting hit by tridents and stuff too. My crosshair is actually, I did see it a little bit red there. Okay, so I managed to take him out. There's another guy here. Might as well knock his shield down. Okay, now I'm gonna ditch. I'm gonna go into my Carnage. Now we can actually see the comparison. So on an open map like this, the Carnage Thunder especially is very, very vulnerable. You have to kind of keep close to cover. More often than not, it tends to be a center, or if you can get like around to the right side, perhaps, you know, from this spawn. But because I have Thunders on here, it's going to be tough. I have to basically engage these guys up close. And they have a couple of guys kind of creeping their way around here. And you can see they've got plasma too. So here's the downside to this. I'm going to see if I can knock this guy's shield down and then see if I can attack him. My Carnage. I'm going to move sideways here just so that, you know, I can get a few extra shots in there. So you can see how quickly I went down. I'm going to see if I can roll out in my plasma Rhino. Just kind of scanning the center here to see who's in what. See if I can get within 350. Gonna move a little bit to the left side here. I know there's a guy shooting at me from the side there. I'm gonna put my shield up actually. See if I can break, or at least take him out just having my shield up. There's a guy that actually jumped. I saw something jump on the left side here. Trying to switch my targeting. I'm gonna put my shield up. Keeping my shield up because this guy, I'm actually looking to see his. Oh, he's still got his. Still has his Tarans. I'm gonna keep my shield up. Yeah, I'm getting taken out by Splash. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spawn in my Carnage because they are pretty close here to center, so I may be able to ambush them. So if I can use this hill and then maybe catch them by surprise perhaps. Trying to get down to the bottom there. I'm not sure how this is going to go. Waiting for my Thunders to reload a bit here, and then I'm going to use my rush. Get this guy from the side. Yeah, this is not going to go well. That's the thing, the Carnage is outclassed by the Lancelot. Gonna see if I can maybe drop by on the side here and maybe hit him with my death button Rhino. Oh, he got taken out. I think there's another one here. I should try to see if I can lock on him. Gonna hit this Galahad here. I don't think he sees that I'm in a splash build. A little bit of lag there. Apologies for that. Actually, I should move up top here. They've got a an Lancelot that looks like he. Trying to keep an eye on him because this Lancelot is thinking about getting the side beacon. But at the same time, I know I think they had a Fury Trident or something back there too. Let's see if I can help my teammate out. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can charge him. If I can get inside his bubble, I might be able to take him out with all these Orkans. I could probably do that now too, but let's just try to get this. Okay, there we go. Put up my shield. Let me see if I can maybe take this guy out too. Yeah, I think he's gonna back up. Oh man, that's a lot of Lancelots. Yeah, this is not a good position for me to be in, that's for sure. Come on, switch. Oh, I got taken out. But you can see kind of how much damage I was able to absorb in that Rhino. My Carnage was, at least my Carnage Thunder was very squishy on this map. And it's because Canyon map is very open, and that's the reason why I didn't really survive that long in it. But being able to push, you know, the beacons aggressively the way that I was able to do that, I would say that for this game, I think the Rhino had a little bit more value. The Carnage Thunder is lethal if you can get it into the right position, I think, on the enemy, and they don't see you, then it can be very deadly. But if they catch you and they have plasma, then more often than not you're going to go down very quickly, because something like Tarans and Magnums will shoot right through your energy shield. So you see how this Lancelot is able to just take our beacon here. If I was in a Rhino, for example, I would have no problem with a death button Rhino just going right up to him and then unleashing all the Orkans and Panatas on him. If you're in a Carnage, you have to keep your distance, because you know, he has a shield, he has a Thunder, and he has Orkans as well. So they'll knock your shield down and then use the Orkans as a follow through. So we're just waiting for this game to wrap up here. It looks like we're probably going to win. You know, our team has 4, the other team has 2, so they are making out. And you know, I mentioned before that we're going to see a lot of plasma and stuff. Here's a good example. So we have 2 Galahads side by side, both of them in plasma builds. We had a guy jump up here. That's a death button Griffin. But he was going up against a Galahad who also had plasma too. Yep, and there's a plasma Griff as well. So that's what I mean. Like, if you're out in the open, like on this map, and you're in a Carnage, especially a Carnage Thunder, the chances are you're going to go down very quickly. If you have something like a Zeus, then I think you'll survive a lot longer because you have that range to your advantage. But in, you know, the sake of this game, or at least this video, we were only running close range. Okay, so kind of that's our first game here. Let's go ahead and we will run another. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be keeping the same weapons on these bots. I could throw in a Zeus, but if I do that, then I will have to put Molots or something on the Rhino to even the playing field, because otherwise then like if I land on like Dead City and there's 2 death, like I have close range Rhinos, it will favor the Rhino more. So I'm gonna keep it the same. Let's run game number 2 and see what's in store for us. Hopefully we get a close range map. Power Plant, Dead City, even the Moon map I think would be a great example. And then we can see which one survives. But the last game, I think the Rhino did better. The Carnage just got eaten up alive. I mean, the first Carnage I had, I was, you know, in center there. I saw a Plasma Galahad, and I had no choice but to kind of move around the center island. And then I got taken out by a Lancelot, so that wasn't exactly fun. Okay, so we've got another long-range map here. No one's dropping in. It makes me nervous. Okay, let's see. This looks like an Asian group. Oh man, we've only got long range. I actually feel sorry for my teammates right now. Okay, what are we gonna do here? This guy's moving too fast. He's in something back there. Not sure what. I'm trying to fire ahead of where this guy is actually moving, because if I fire ahead, he's going to walk into my zeniths. And you can see I'm actually hitting him. You can see when my targeting goes red, that's every time it goes red, that's when I'm hitting him. So I'm not sure what he's in, but holy crap. I don't think he's too happy with me right now. What is he in? Is that in the Galahad? You serious? Okay. Things are a lot more stronger than I thought they were. Okay. I know they max level, and that does make a difference. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fire a little bit ahead, so he basically walks into my zeniths. Yeah, and I'm still hitting him. You can see the targeting is going red. The guy's almost dead. Are you serious? He actually killed himself. Yeah, I think I would kill myself too. Anyways, enough of that fun. We're going to... Here's the other thing too. So this guy he has some plasma here, and he has a Zeus. So remember, the Carnage excels on close range, I would say more close range terrain, like covered terrain. Close range maps, that's why it does well on Dead City and Power Plant. This is a very open map. We actually need to get beacons here, but I don't want to run across it because we need, yeah. I think this guy's coming for revenge. Yeah, he's the guy that was in he was in the Galahad. They have a dock there too. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can move across it because we seriously need some beacons here. And I'm hoping, oh man, I won't be able to make it in time. That guy's going to be taking me out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna defend, I think, the platform. Why is this guy shooting me? Shoot them, man. Heck. This one has Orkans, but we need some beacons fast here, and I'm going down fast. This Carnage isn't really good for. It isn't really good for the Lancelot. Yeah, I've got to move into position here. This guy has... I'm gonna see if I can actually target this this Griffin here, because he's in a death button Griffin. Yeah, he's going for me. I don't want to put my shield up because that's definitely not gonna block all those missiles and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go now. So in this case I will, because now I need that shield. He's looking around for help because I think he knows that I'm probably gonna take him out. And I don't want to I'm gonna put my shield up. Oh man, I'm gonna get hit from the side here. I'm gonna use my Carnage. Okay, so we managed to clear it out. I don't know why this guy keeps... I guess he's trying to get my attention, but he should probably get some beacons and defend the center or something. Okay. These guys have a lot of Galahads. I need to get into center. I'm probably going to go the long route here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to actually make it there. So a lot of the damage that I've done with the Carnage was because these guys were on our platform, and it kind of favored, you know, I already had all the cover that I needed. Man, these guys are really pushing this center area here. I'm actually gonna see if I can... I'm gonna see if I can hit this guy, because maybe I might wait until his... Yeah, I'm getting hit by a lot of plasma. You can see how quickly I went down. Out in the open, the Carnage is very, very vulnerable. Gonna see if I can get across here. Down to my last bot. Sort of happy that I I did that damage with the Fury Zenith, which is funny because at least I got some damage in. But we're at a big disadvantage here. These guys are going to be capping 4 beacons on us. I kind of wish that I had the Orc Magnum now, because I think it would have been helpful. So this guy, I hope he actually goes towards me. Oh, well, I think he realizes now that maybe it was a bad idea. Fire a little bit in front of him so that he walks into all my Orcans. There we go. So the nice thing about the Rhino, I would say over the Carnage, is just having the shield. Sometimes on these larger maps, it helps a lot. I mean, you're able to get into position pretty quick, but you're also able to hold down beacons too. I'm not sure if, yeah, this game's over. Even if I capture this, we need another beacon just to delay it. And they've got 3 beacons on us. Well, that was an interesting game. I think the highlight was actually the Fury Zenith. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that. So that was a full crew there. Let's just take a look what they are running. Guessing level 12. Yeah, a lot of level 12 stuff. I'll take a look at this guy here. So yeah, level 12. There's a Fuging there. I know someone was saying that, you know, they see the Fuging, but I mentioned that I don't really see that in Champion. That player actually had. This one's a lower level player. Although he has some level 10 weapons and 12 even, so just taking a look to see what we're up. Is this the one that I had? Nope. This one, yeah, all level 12. Just so that you kind of get an idea of, you know, who I'm up against and stuff like that. Okay, so we're gonna roll one more game. I think that last game, it was sort of 50-50 in terms of which one was stronger. I mean, I did a lot of damage with the Carnage, but I was also fighting on a... I'm actually going to leave this game now, quick, before the game starts. Hopefully there's a player that replaces me. Apologies if there isn't. I'm going to see if I can try find a close range map, because, you know, we were on Canyon, we were on Springfield. Both of those maps are long range, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because we can see the weaknesses of the 2 bots, because on those maps, they, you know, just based on the weapons that I'm running, they don't really favor either. I think it tends to favor a little bit more the Rhino, actually, because of the Tarans. But in terms of the Thunder, definitely doesn't favor the Carnage. So we are just waiting now to be matched up, and this will be the 3rd game. And I'm hoping that we're not going to play this one, because that's more of an open map too. I want to give you guys a better idea, like, of how the bots perform on different kinds of maps. Like, if it's just open and it's large map, you don't really learn much from that. You just know that it can die quickly on open maps. I want you guys to actually see how the Carnage, you know, if it can excel on close range maps as well, with a lot of cover. So Dead City, we're looking for Dead City, Power Plant, and Moon. And you've also got to keep in mind too that we are going up against, like, you know, a lot of Lancelots and Galahads, and many of the players in Champion tend to actually run Tarans on those bots. So although the Carnage can excel on smaller maps, if you are running into a lot of Plasma, fortunately Plasma goes through energy shields, so you are very vulnerable to that. So we're just waiting right now, and we will see. And yeah, once again, you know, just as a reminder too, I did release a video on what pro players tend to run in the highest level of play. I think I'll play this one because this is sort of a close range. It's kind of a balance between the two. You have an open center area, and then the sides tend to be more of a brawler style. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to throw in my Fury first. That's what I'm going to do. I'm actually gonna fire again. I'm gonna kind of position it so that this guy's like looking at me. He's like, "Is that Adrian?" Okay, so now I'm going to throw in my Carnage Thunder. So you can see what I'm up against. There's a Lancelot with the Thunder and Hawkins. Ooh, I'm not sure what is going to be around this corner here. 2 Galahads. I'm actually glad the other guy didn't go around the corner, because if he did... Trying to break through his shield here. Remember, I'm trying to stick near cover, because the Carnage tends to excel with that. I'm going to go in my Rhino here. Let's see what we're dealing with. These guys are actually locking down the side here. That's a bit of a problem for me. I actually want to go into a center here, but I've got a couple of guys. Okay, so that player's going in. I'm gonna use my Rhino to try to turn it quick, but I wouldn't turn. There's a guy behind me. I'm actually kind of glad that he didn't see me. Yep, there we go. I'm gonna put my shield up now. So this is where the Rhino, you're able to lock down areas. There's a Griffin there. See if I can take him out. Yeah, I'm pretty much screwed here at this point. But I did manage to get that beacon, so I managed to help my team. Let me just check to see what these guys are in here. We don't have anyone with a Carnage or something. This ghost guy should hit them. Trying to hit him with the Rhino. Okay, so I managed to take him out, but I don't have any more Orkins and stuff here. Okay, so I managed to take him out too. Got a guy jumping up here. He is actually jumping closer. I'm gonna wait a bit because I need... Actually, wait. Let's see how I should do this. You know what? If I can charge into his shield here. Let's get him this way. Need to get into the center. At least you make use of this Rhino. Oh man, I couldn't get it. I was getting hit by too many Orkins back there. But that was actually a pretty good play with the Rhino on this map here. I'm down to my last bot. I'm not sure how this is going to go with the Carnage. If I'm going up against a lot of Lancelots, it might be a bit of a problem. Trying to see if I can take him out. Yeah, there's a lot of Galahads here. Wow. Okay, we got a serious problem on this side. You see a Rhino there too. If I can get a couple of my shots to shred him a bit, that might. There we go. We're managing to capture this beacon. I'm not sure. There's a Carnage on the other side too. think this guy's going to be taken out soon. Oh, there we go. Trying to keep near cover here to play to my Carnage, its strength. I'm going to have some trouble with this Lancelot here though. Trying to see if I can bust through that shield. My biggest problem is the guy on the right side. He has plasma, and if they spot me, which it looks like they did. Ooh, man, I'm getting hosed here. I've got to get out of this area. This is a bad spot to be in. This guy's giving away my position. Gotta make sure we take this guy out. I'm gonna wait until this guy fires all his Orkans, then I'm gonna attack him. I think they got a Fury back there. I've got to hide, man. This is my last bot. Oh man, and that's a Galahad too. That's not looking good for me. Trying to hide here. I gotta hide. Let's see if I can move across here too. But I figured if I get this beacon, even if they get the other side, then at least we'll capture this. We'll have 5 beacons on them, so that might help. Okay, 5 beacons, so that should drive down the beacon bar pretty quick. Oh man, I got taken out right at the end there. So anyways, I guess that wraps the 3 games up. You know, getting back to my original question now, should you get a Carnage or should you get a Rhino? Out of the games that I played, it was really hard to tell. There was times when the Carnage did really well, times when the Rhino did really well. I don't really think it's a matter of, you know, one bot being better than the other. I think it had more to do with, you know, depending on the situation, which one performed better. But if I had to restart the game from scratch, again, this is just my opinion. If I had to restart from scratch and I only had 4 hangar slots, if I had a lot of workshop points, the first thing I think I would do is I would get 4 Tarans and 4 Magnums. And then after that, I would actually get the Rhino. The reason why is because as I am starting to climb the ranks in the league system and level up, eventually I'm going to get to a point where I'm playing against players with 5 hangar slots. Now, the thing is, you know, if you go into a game and you know your opponents have 5 hangar slots and you have 4, it's like you're fighting a losing battle. You already know that you're at a disadvantage at that point. The only way to kind of level the playing field, so to speak, or to counterbalance that is to run a bot with more HP, something that can take a lot of punishment, can dish out a lot of punishment, and can hold down beacons. And to me, the Rhino fits the bill. The Carnage, you know, can do a lot of damage, but it cannot take a lot of damage. A lot also depends on what your opponent is running to in terms of weapons. But you know, the Rhino can definitely take a lot more damage, and it's more effective at holding down beacons, I would say, than the Carnage. So to me, the overall value of the Rhino is more than that of the Carnage. I think if you have like 5 hangar slots, then you know it's okay to run the Carnage because you can afford to kind of like risk a bot. That's the way I see it. So for me, you know, which one would I get? I would get the Rhino first. Again, this is coming from a player that has like 4 hangar slots or less. But anyways, guys, I hope this video was able to guide you in the right direction, and I hope you found it helpful. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe. And until the next video, I'll catch you guys later.